Welcome back to the Reptiles With Podcast. Word on the street is animals are dying.
They're sick.
What?
They're
dying.
sickly animals. All right, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to deduce how to avoid sick animals. There's, in a big collection, something...
Josh?
Yeah?
Okay, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay,
You want to pull up what he wrote real quick on the
yeah.
Instagram? So, we're talking about Josh's frogs.
Mhm.
Josh's frogs just released that they had a disease that was found in their collection, okay? But this is the thing that nobody does, is nobody talks about it when it happens to them. You know, everybody, whenever something does happen, is very hush-hush because
They want to
we're...
still make money and sell the same animals that are dying.
Yeah, they want to kind of... either that, they want to rush out the
They
animals.
pulled a power move.
Yeah, to like be like, oh, I don't have it in my collection, it's gone now, and then infect other people. Or they're scared of their reputation being harmed, because having disease in your collection has a stigma, which, it's similar to mites in the sense that people don't want to talk about when they get mites in their collection, when in reality is that, yes, it's scary, but it's manageable. These kinds of things are manageable with proper conditions and proper procedures.
Kind of.
Why?
Do you know what that is?
Go for it.
You know what it is?
Yeah,
So
go for it. Talk about it.
Let's start with this because I'm kind of sad because Kira would be able to say a lot more on
Got
this.
you.
That's
She
true.
wrote a thesis on what Chytrid is.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
Chytrid is a fungus that is actually bringing amphibians to extinction.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So technically the way to treat it is almost untreatable. So like
It's culling.
pretty much.
Gotcha.
Like I haven't heard of anybody being able to get rid of it pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what they're doing with their things, and hopefully he makes it public because we're watching because I want to learn more about it.
Yeah.
Kira loves learning more about Chytrid.
I thought you guys. She loves Chytrid. It's her favorite thing
Well,
ever.
actually, yeah, she always is talking about Chytrid. Before
Really?
all this, she's always talking about it. Yeah, she'll talk about it with anybody, and she's like one of the best people to talk about that with because I don't understand it much. But it's a fungus, and it brings entire animals to extinction, and the theory is it came in through the pet trade.
Got you. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, Eric is going to talk about it in a second. I want to read what Josh's Frogs wrote. All right. During a routine random Chytrid test, we found some animals that tested positive. If you aren't randomly testing your collection, you need to. We never have had any animals showing any symptoms. Without random tests, we never would have found it. Plants, insects, and dry goods are not affected by Chytrid, okay? Through hundreds of tests, we were able to trace the spread to a group of frogs we received back from an institution that had the animals on loan over the summer. While these animals were in quarantine, we had 2 biosecurity breaches involving these animals. The first was a pixie frog that popped out of his container upon coming into our building. The second breach from that group of frogs happened when 2 bins were accidentally cleared with another group of frogs in quarantine and subsequently moved out of quarantine with that group. We have been working closely with researchers at various institutions as well as staff at RAL due to how easily Chytrid can spread. We are currently treating our collection. After treatment, the current standard is 2 negative tests 7 days apart. It's a long process. We are working with others who are producing animals to help connect customers with quality amphibians. To say that this has been a stressful work environment for our keepers is an understatement. If you know any of them personally, please reach out and encourage them. They would appreciate it. I want to say thank you to everybody that reached out so far with encouragement. It means the world to me and our people. On the other side, we will have a lot of data to dump on the hobby. Our hope is that our pain and transparency will highlight responsible keeping and biosecurity in our hobby and help create a healthier trade. Well said, Josh's Frogs. I commend them. On what you were saying about it coming in from the pet trade, with somebody who works in the importation of animals at a place that I was associated in familiarity with, through those conversations, Chytrid was a scare. That was something that was always brought up because of that, because it's something that's out there, and we're bringing so many animals in that the fear was always there. The fear was always there of that happening because of what you're saying, Chuck. Eric, go for it.
Wow, the Chytrid stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like you guys said, I mean, it's, for me, I think of it more as like it's a wake up call for not even just the hobby, but just captive animal keeping in general.
Yep.
Especially knowing what happens in the private sector. It's like these things, there's a scare, and then everyone kind of quiets down about it over time, and then it's like a roller coaster. And I think there needs to be more professionalism when it comes to like working with these animals, especially on the importation process, because the demand is so high nowadays and people don't really pay attention to what they're bringing in. The animal gets sold, and then from there that's just how pathogens and diseases work. I mean, think about like it couldn't have been like a worse fungus to do it with too. With Chytrid. It's really sad. And the fact that, well, I don't know, is it fact that it came from the pet trade?
I mean, most of the
Diseases?
evidence
Got you.
shows that it is, but you can't pinpoint exactly where it is from. So it could have been something else, but more than likely the pet trade itself. And like, if you think about it, when back then has anybody cared about anything like that?
Exactly.
You know, and it is something that's killing amphibians throughout the entire world now because of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's Chytrid now. Next time it could be a whole other disease because of the pet trade. Because you bring an animal from another country carrying a disease that animals in another country might be able to handle into a whole new
Sterile
habitat.
environment, you're
Our
just
animals
letting
are
that
not
grow.
able
Mhm.
to handle it. Like the lungworm that comes from the berms affecting the snakes. Like that all is the pet trade.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we are dealing in wild animals, right?
Yeah.
So whenever we are bringing things in from outside, we are at potential risk to introduce things that might be brand new that even our animals that are in quote-unquote sterile conditions are not going to be able to handle.
Yep. A lot of animals that are imported, they have parasites that are supposed to be there. Once you bring them in, stress goes up, the numbers go up. They die from the parasites they already had.
Yeah. And I don't think a lot... Now, this is just from what I know and what I understand, is I don't think there are a lot of people that deal in imports that have strong quarantine procedures because the objective is to bring in as many animals to get the lowest cost of them and then, turn them over to the facilities that are going to house them and sell them, which is why at a place that we were, that we all were kind of working with, I would always say how important it was to have a proper quarantine process, even though in that kind of facility, it's hard to have a quarantine process because all of your animals are in the same area. So what matters is what happens when the animals touch base, and for example, with snakes, depending on the species of snakes, usually it's soaking to rehydrate, soaking with soap to remove any potential parasites that are out of the body. External
mites.
Parasites, yep. And then treating for external parasites right after. Drying the animal and treating right away. So that way anything that didn't come out from the water with soap solution, you are killing it right away. And then you are monitoring that animal away as far as possible from your collection. Now with lizards, geckos, that's a little bit more difficult. With turtles, I don't think there's anything like that other than deworming. But with amphibians, I mean, those are sensitive animals. So how do you even treat preventatively for that other than having a quarantine process where the animals are far away, but then it's just like, dude, like even that quarantine area, if that's found there, like what do you do with that area?
Yeah.
Because when you're bringing new animals in for quarantine, they're fucked too.
I'm reading here, antifungal medications and heat therapy are two things that they can be used.
Heat therapy.
For amphibians, but this can have side effects and toxicity risks.
Of course. I mean, even with heat therapy, I mean, usually amphibians are generally sensitive to heat if they're not properly, if the humidity isn't there. But then we're talking about, now this is just speculation, but we're talking about high humidity and heat, which is prone to mold, fungal things, which I'm
sounds
sure
like a respiratory infection waiting to happen.
Yeah, and even the Chytrid itself growing. So I don't even know.
And then in the wild, there's no treatment for Chytrid. Like they just have it.
Yeah,
that's it, and things just die.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
terrifying.
Yeah. Man, dude. I mean, what happens now? I'm glad that
Nothing happens, bro.
Yeah.
It's it's been years of this disease coming in and out. Like, the best thing he could do is, like, do what he's doing. Like, for you as a keeper, like, that's the best thing you can do, and most people don't do it. So, like, respect to the man.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, like, it's you know how many people probably have Chytrid on their in their animals, and they don't even know it because it doesn't always show.
I thought it was one of those things that's like when you find it, it's like a death sentence.
Close to, pretty much.
Got you.
Like, you can do the therapy, but, like, what goes from there, you know?
Gotcha. Okay,
and
so
like,
so are you saying that it's kind of like similar to how like Nido is with snakes, where people say like you won't with Nido, you don't always see that the animal has something, and then all of a sudden it dies from a random thing, and then you test a couple animals and you're like, oh shit, I found Nido in my collection.
Yeah, it's similar scare.
Okay.
It's not like...
I mean, I'd say it's on the same level.
Yeah, same level. Like, most likely your things will die type of deal.
Got you.
Man,
how
I was trying to see if
rough.
Kara was out of work, but she's working right now, so I
yeah.
could call her and she will tell more
Yeah.
on the idea of what that is and what it does.
Is her thing published somewhere? Or is it just something that she wrote for school?
It might be on her website.
Okay,
Yeah,
so...
I know I have it on my phone.
Got you. Well, shout it out so that way people can go fucking see her information.
Dude, I'll give it to you and you put it as a text.
Okay, yeah, I'll put it in the description. Got you.
I don't know how to get it.
It's chucksgirlfriend.com. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, because she would be the best to talk about that.
Yeah.
She literally is obsessed with that issue.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I literally was driving, and while driving, I'm trying to send it to her.
Yeah.
And then I called. I was like, yo, go on Instagram right now. And she saw it. She was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And there's different types, too.
Oh, there's different types.
Yeah, like,
Always
I'm pretty
different
sure
types.
there's like a salamander one or some shit.
Oh,
yeah, like,
it's
it's
variable
fucked.
with the species.
It's fucked.
Damn.
It's really fucked.
So, okay, now, zoo sector. I mean, we spoke a little bit about, like, general pet stuff and how that goes. In the zoo sector, what do you guys do for, like, a quarantine procedure? Like, what is, like, a standard?
It depends on what zoo. I've heard of one, for example, that is like extreme, I think, at least. You have to bleach your feet before going into the enclosure and stuff like that. So it really depends. I know a few different places with crocodilians do that. There is a Komodo dragon that has, what's that disease called?
Crypto?
Huh?
Crypto?
Yes.
Crypto.
That has crypto. So that's the last animal they take care of. They bleach their feet, like...
Yeah.
Like, they don't touch any other animal after that one. And then for quarantine, like, the thing with quarantine at zoos is, like, zoos are usually outside. So if you do catch something, like, it's outside, bro. Like, good luck.
Yeah.
All you could do is keep that animal separate, but from spreading, it will be hard. I've never experienced anything like that, a disease spreading at any zoo, knock on wood. Yeah, I really don't want
Everybody
no
start
smoke with
knocking on wood.
I really want no smoke with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same as private, because, like, what can you do
It's
for
the same
real?
threat.
Yeah.
You can separate it for a month, but then there are some diseases that won't show at all. It will show to the next animal. So, like, let's say that we have a death of an animal, and we don't know what it is. It just suddenly happens. Then it's a fucking dense cleaning of the enclosure. Everything's taken out, thrown away. Everything around's like clean with fucking ammonia, like ready to kill anything that's around and hope for the best at that point. But I think that the cons of it with diseases is so bad, especially once it gets to the environment. It's just so sad to see, like, whole entire species all around of amphibians dying to a disease that we brought up.
It's how it usually goes.
Yeah, same thing with the snakes. That longworm thing, like killing all of our natives. Like, it's a parasite that's meant or used to living inside a Burmese python, but instead is inside of a pygmy rattlesnake.
Yeah, and you can see these little things coming out of its, like, mouth too, which is
and it's
insane.
Like pygmy this long, the worm is like this long. It's so sad, dude.
You can
It's
see it.
so sad. Yeah. So, like, and that's one of the biggest negatives the pet trade has.
Yeah, dude. There's a buddy of mine a couple years ago. You guys met him. Long hair, tall skin. Yeah, that
I
guy.
know who it is.
Exactly. So he was. I mean, he's still working. I think with the
snails.
With the snails, and what they would do after they're done going out and taking their surveys in the Everglades is they would do that. They would bleach their shoes after. because of that. Because even like those kinds of things stick to the grooves in your shoe, and then you transport it everywhere. You know, it's scary. It's scary, man. It's hard because I don't want all of our fucking podcasts to be super fucking negative. But let's try to actually bring some kind of light to it, in positivity, as far as make sure you that are listening, even though this is scary, make sure you're taking care of your animals properly. You're doing regular checks. You have a good incoming procedure. You know, if you have one animal, you're probably going to be fine. Anything that you find on that animal, you just deal with it. Yep. When you have 2 animals, probably a similar situations. But when you're talking about 3, 4, 5 animals, then maybe start taking some caution, especially if it's similar species. You know, if you have turtle, frog, snake, probably nothing's going to happen. But you have probably nothing's going to happen. Probably. But you have snake. All right, start fucking, you know, paying attention to what you're bringing into your room. With these diseases, I personally, in my own collection, I am terrified. Which the past couple years is one of the reasons why I would say it's one of the reasons why I've been struggling within ball pythons. Because I didn't reinvest the money, the profits, into newer projects, into doing new things, because I started getting in my head with the stuff that I was working around at the time.
Hypochondriac about it?
Yeah, kind of getting like hypochondriac, just seeing like diseases happen at certain places where I've seen that I start getting nervous, and I'm like, I don't even want to bring anything into my collection. And it sucks because I feel that I have a good incoming procedure, so I shouldn't exactly feel that way. I have friends of mine that, you know, now they are just buying Nido tests right away. They're testing their whole collection, making sure that they don't have it, and if they don't, everything that comes in before it goes anywhere else, it gets Nido tested in a completely different room. They don't see their animals for a couple days after that, you know, and it's unfortunate, but these are the things. If you're having a quote-unquote collection of animals, these are the things that you need to do, you know, which is why people say, like, don't just go balls deep into animals. Don't go, like, having a shit ton of animals if you're not experienced. This is the kind of experience that you need to have before you take the quote-unquote risk of what it is to have a collection of animals.
I think that's also, like, an issue because, like, as a lot of people call it a hobby. Like,
yeah.
That's an expensive-ass hobby to be having to do all that, you know?
Dude,
so
some people spend $50,000 on animals, and then you're not going to spend $100 on a test?
Especially after knowing what happens in the reptile industry and how sloppy things can be.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
sloppy, dude.
You can mix the sloppiness with the hypochondriac, and you just don't even want to do it.
And
at the
on
end
top
of
of that, you can do that all you want, but then you go to a show, shake hands with everybody, and then go back home.
Yeah. Dude, I am a horrible hypochondriac with that. Look, dude, I have had this mark right here on my leg for like 2 years. I haven't gotten it checked, but I know that I am on the verge of extinction. I know it too. I look at it.
What is it? Let me see.
Every once in a while, I'm not gonna lie to you, it is kind of scary.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Don't start.
I know what that is, dude.
It's Chytrid.
No.
What?
That's poop, dude.
No. I have a funny story about that. I'm not gonna say it on the podcast. But anyways, yeah, but shit like that, man. And it's like there's a healthy form of being a hypochondriac, and then there's a not healthy. I think I'm the non-healthy, but the healthy is like I'm afraid of something happening. Let me do preventative measures. But this is the most important part. When the thing happens, shit happens, right? When the things happen, don't freak out.
Have a plan.
Have a plan. Shut the fuck up. You freak the fuck out.
Oh, dude. If it was me, the next phone call I make is like Chuck and Eric. I'm like, hey, so I'm fucking, yeah, don't even start. I'm fucking done with this. I quit. I don't know what to do.
That's hilarious, bro.
Dude, my thermostats go up 2 degrees randomly. I turn them off. I'm like, I'm going to give you a day off. I'm going to give you a day off. There was an electrical malfunction, and yeah. I'm going to buy a new one.
That's why I keep my stuff in small quantities. I don't want to do anything big like that.
Yeah.
Because if, God forbid, something does happen, I've experienced having to treat an entire collection of stuff. I don't want to go through that at home.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no.
It's not worth it for me.
It takes the fun away.
It does.
It takes the fun away.
It really
and then,
does.
like, there's some animals you really connect with, and then Dude, I've
You
had,
lose-
like, growing up, one time, I had 2 times it happened. I had a slider, and then I brought in a goddamn soft shell turtle.
Oh boy.
And it brought whatever fungal disease
Yeah,
they
the
get very
fungal, yeah.
often, and it killed my slider.
Damn.
Yep.
Dude.
And I almost fucking died crying. Then after that, I had a banded water snake,
Oh.
and then I brought in a pine wood snake with a
Uh-huh.
weird fungal thing. It gave it to the water snake.
This
They
fucking
both died.
fungus, bro. What the hell?
Yeah.
What's wrong with fungus?
Dude, fungus is horrible. I've
Supposed to be a
dealt.
fun guy.
Nice.
I tried.
I've dealt with a fungal. Look at that. I'll give one of my.
You said, look at that.
No. Look at that. I'm gonna say one of my actual disease issues that I've had with my collections.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you two, and I'm gonna be super transparent about it.
Modern reptile leak.
When I got into turtles, and this is why people say don't fucking go balls deep if you're not prepared. I got into it. My dad saw that I was excited about it, and something about my dad is my dad 100% supports me on the things that I do. When I got into music, right away guitar classes, right away let's get you with this, let's get you with that. We're gonna work hard. We're gonna do this together, whatever. So when I got into turtles, all of a sudden my dad's like, Josh, I found this good deal on these turtles. Let's get them. I was like, all right, bro, let's fucking do it, right? Eventually, I ended up like 2 years in with way too many turtles. I'm talking about like 50-something turtles. Okay, not enough space. This is the shit that you shouldn't do. Okay, very irresponsible of me. We had a couple hurricanes that were happening that year. A couple issues, so I had a lot of like back and forth, bringing animals in, taking animals out, bringing animals in, taking animals out. All of a sudden, one animal got fungus.
One.
One.
Uno.
Okay. All of my filters were connected.
Oh.
I had a system for my filters.
Bad idea.
I had a system for my filters because my filter system was bad fucking ass because I did go all out. It's not that I was cutting corners. I tried to go all out with the stuff that I was doing. But the thing that I fucked up with, connecting all the filters, all right? And also, I was bringing animals in back and forth between tubs and taking them outside, so all that stress. So not only were those animals all starting to spread the fungus, then they were stressed. And all of a sudden I had animals dying, and I'm like, I don't get it. What's going on? I talked to my turtle mentor, and he's like, well, your animals are getting a fungus. This is what you do to treat them. I ended up losing a lot of my animals.
Damn.
A lot of my animals because of the fungus. But with the procedure that he gave me, I learned about them. I got better, and now with my turtle keeping, I haven't had an issue like that since. Also, second year breeding ball pythons. Okay, second year's breeding ball pythons.
They got the wobble.
No.
Oh, they already come with that
fuck.
shit.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I was working exclusively with spider ball pythons.
He's trying to make the tarantula gene.
The tarantula gene is crazy.
Super spider.
So, second year into breeding ball pythons. We had a very good first year as far as percentage-wise. People always say, like, oh, you do, like, 50% of your females will go. Like, let's say. We did, like, fucking 85% of our females went. We're like, yo, we're killing it. Let's reinvest everything that we fucking make into this shit, right? We do that. No quarantine procedure. Zero quarantine procedure. I buy, and this is when I was working, right before I started working for an auction, when the reptile auctions were like really big on Facebook. I started getting a lot of animals on auction. I got and I was like, okay, I'm going to do something other than ball pythons. I buy myself a Sumatran black blood python, okay? My idea, Chuck, you're going to hate this. I was going to make hybrids. That was the plan with that animal, all right? 2 years in, that animal gave all of those ball python mites.
It gave it hybridization.
Hybrid mites. And I
Hybrid
had
mites.
and that after that year, I took that breeding season off of ball pythons because I didn't understand how to deal with it, and I had to learn a whole year of how to get rid of mites. A whole fucking year. And now I have a procedure. I've been doing this now almost 10 years breeding ball pythons. Now I have a procedure where I'm like, nothing fucking touches anything. Yeah. Things go into bleach. I fucking spray alcohol on my gloves in between cleaning every single space. Because I'm like, nothing is touching anything. Period, dude. I might be a little bit extra.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
A little pushback on that. That's also bad.
Well, yeah, because you're over
Sterilizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes the animals
chemicalizing.
weak.
Yeah, of
So
course.
it's like such a fucking middle ground, dude.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a little bit difficult.
It's like
to
what the
go around.
fuck?
Yeah.
I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah. So be responsible with your stuff.
Mhm.
All right. You know, it sucks that's what's happening with Josh's frog, but I commend them.
Mad respect for what they're
Yeah.
doing.
It's fucking
Dude,
awesome.
please
And now
do
we're
a
gonna like.
scientific paper of
Yeah.
some sort.
And then-
I want to see.
Actually, I also like the positivity of people wanting to know what's going on. It's not like a
Yeah.
drama. It's more like, hey, like let us know what's happening so we can
Yeah.
kind of like figure out what to do.
Yeah, because this will happen to somebody
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
at some point.
I feel like we're treating it kind of like a hurricane.
What?
That's
Here
what I've been
comes the
thinking about
hurricane,
it. No,
bitch.
like,
Not in
Katrina!
Florida, bro.
No, literally, like we're treating it more as like a natural disaster
Yeah.
than like a drama. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, did you hear what happened to this? Because
Yeah.
if it was another place and they try to hide it, that's big news.
Yeah.
You know, but it's different with them because they're just being transparent about it. And
Yo, we're getting mad. I'm sorry, guys. We're getting mad noise right now. We're actually in the most.
we're in a track right now.
No, we are in the most secure place that we cannot tell that we've ever recorded. This is the one that we cannot say where we are for sure.
Yeah.
we're in ground zero.
Eric, because I know that you did some research about like the different diseases. Is there anything that you want to talk about specifically about these diseases that you're
Yeah,
like,
I
okay, let me
mean-
highlight this specific thing?
I think what was
Okay.
crazy, literally first sentence in this little article I read about Nido.
Yeah.
This stuff came out in 2014.
Nido?
Nido,
Okay.
which is, I thought this was something that's been around for a long time.
What do you mean came out in 2014?
Like it just dropped. I'm sure it was around.
Like you mean what do you mean it dropped? Like it got discovered or did it show up in the US in that
discovered.
year?
Discovered in a collection. So it might have been around.
Yeah,
and
I
some things
doubt
finally
that
showed symptoms or something like that. But I thought that was kind of funny because it's like, oh,
I'm pretty
this
sure
is
it was
a recent
before
thing.
2014.
I'm sure it was
yeah.
around.
No. I think it was public before 2014 because I remember, and I might be misquoting this, but I remember Barchek, Brian, said that at one point he found it in his collection years and years and years
Or
and
maybe
years
I was
ago.
thinking about crypto.
Maybe.
I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
But it is new.
One of those
Ish.
was a new drop.
Yes. And
It
what
was
I
an
also found very
iOS
interesting,
update.
so the way that there's like multiple types of Nido for different types of reptiles, I thought it was kind of like random and kind of like, oh, like out of all species, it's this one. Apparently, one of the first lizards to show up with Nido was shinglebacks.
Skinks?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I was like, wow, the ones that usually people keep very well to the T and like, you know, doing everything right.
It's probably in
Shinglebacks.
Australia.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in Australia,
Okay.
but still, like, I mean,
Yeah.
I would have thought it would be some like random leopard gecko stuff
Yeah.
because like crypto's all over leopards. I would
Okay.
assume the same with that, but
yeah.
I also learned that crypto, the reason why it's so hard to track sometimes is because of how small it is. That a lot of times it doesn't come out on tests. And one of the only ways to, I mean, honestly, with most parasites, a fecal is going to tell you, but sometimes it's been found to be a little easier with vomit to get the samples out. So
Gotcha.
the more you know,
Yeah.
and it's scary how common that stuff is.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
really is.
Well, are we done being diseased? Are we good with
Nah,
this?
dude, what's up with that burn boa shit, dude?
Burnt
Burn
boa.
boa.
Burn boa.
Oh, burn boa.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, what's up with
oh
that?
my
That
God.
doesn't even deserve the light of day. What's going on?
Dude, that was
there?
crazy. So, can you pull it up? I sent you guys the thing so I could read what the
On
post
which one?
was.
Which one?
It was
Which of the 13 chats we got?
we
going
got
on?
too many chats. The one with Tino.
The one that says without Tino?
Yeah, it's the chat is literally called Reptiles Without Tino. That's crazy.
Let me see if I find it.
Oh my God.
That was a funny
So
video.
yeah. Well, while you're pulling that up, it's fucking cold, man.
It's getting cold.
It's getting cold. And we're the time changed.
We're chilling, literally.
Yeah, in Cedar Rapids. So
Cedar Rapids.
today, there's a little bit update on me. Today was the first day that I started prepping for winter for the skinks.
nice. I should I do that too?
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
Yeah, because this week is dropping in below 55.
Yep.
Ooh. So
Yeah.
what do you recommend for that kind of stuff?
Well, with your turtles, it's only going to be a couple days. So those days, I'd either decide to bring them all in or go back and forth.
I was thinking about buying a heater for the tub.
You can.
Just have the water heated.
It's not a bad idea. Or if you have access to well water, which I don't know if you do. No? Okay, well,
I got septic water.
Got you. Well, what some people do when they have a well at their house and they can access well water is that they'll let the water drip. They'll kind of drain the pond a little bit and then let
All
the
that well
water
water
drip. and then let the water drip overnight because the well water is naturally hotter. Yeah, it's like usually like 70, 72 degrees. So what they'll find is like if you go overnight, all the animals like fish and turtles, when they're dripping, will just hang out right there by the little drops. But what I'll do, so mind you, a lot of the turtles that you have can handle those temperatures.
Yeah, I was thinking more so like the lizards and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But the pink toe, I mean, not
the pink toe, the pink
the
belly.
The pink belly, he's going inside.
Yeah, the pink belly, bring inside.
Yeah.
Your lizards, I'd just put them in the patio and cover them with
like
some
towel or something.
Yeah, with like a fabric,
Okay.
like the whole enclosure. Don't let any breeze.
That's what I thought about doing.
Yeah, and then little by what you would actually want to do is just little by little, remove a piece of fabric.
Okay.
Change it so that way that
Interesting.
you're not kind of like exposing them right away to
It's
the
a gradual
change.
thing. It's like with fish. You
Exactly.
gradually increase the temperature.
Yeah. And then so what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to do that until the animal's kind of used to it, and then over the years keep doing that a little bit, and you're kind of acclimating the animal kind of thing.
you.
So with the skinks, what I do is I wonder if that came out of camera. Anyways, the skinks, what I'll you have it on video? Okay. That's so funny. With the skinks, I put the black plastic.
And
right?
the skinks can take temperatures too, anyway.
Yeah. And they could handle the temperatures that are gonna come. But what I'm doing is that I don't want the first serious cold for them to just be bare. And so right now I just put the black plastic. After this week, I will go to Home Depot and I will buy bags of cypress for each individual enclosure, because what that's gonna do is I'll put the bags of cypress where the sun is gonna hit and it's gonna heat up super hot, and it's gonna act like insulation. That's another trick that I learned from Heather and Ron. So that way, at night when it's cold, they have that heat, right? So they'll go and they'll hang around the bag of cypress. And then also what I'm doing with the black plastic that I do, it's kind of like honestly, it's kind of like a garbage bag, like the hefty garbage bags, but it's specifically for when people paint houses. That's what they put on the floor. It's that plastic, right? I use a black one. Heather and Ron use a clear one. Either or, honestly, is fine. I prefer the black because it retains heat better. So during the day, it's off of the enclosures, right? And it's honestly collecting heat. It's kind of like towards the back of the enclosure. It's probably like covering 10 to 25% of the enclosure. And then at night, when it's pretty much around this time, that it's like right now it's 5:30. So the sun is for the most part gone. And then I'm gonna cover the enclosure. Not when it's dark, but so that way that heat is still there, and it's gonna heat up that the enclosure a little bit, and they'll keep the heat inside. But that's what I'm doing, and then I'm gonna do the same with the turtles. I do the same plastic thing with the turtles. All right, it's time for this little berm
bullshit.
Yeah. So a Facebook friend of mine posted this from I guess it was shared in like a hybrid group. But, yes, it literally says, found in a hybrid breeders group. This is the craziest.
Does it say what state it was found?
I don't know, but this is the craziest
Alabama. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, that'll be the same species.
It is a photo of some kind of albino boa that is, the attempt is for it to be bred to a Burmese python. This person writes, people are really out here just trying to pair anything. If you can't tell, that's a Burmese python and a BCI he's trying to breed. Laugh my ass off. This won't work for many reasons, but I thought one may be obvious. Boas are
ovoviparous.
Yeah, this word I always fuck up, which means that eggs are incubated internally and hatch in the inside. Burmese pythons are
oviparous.
There we go. They lay eggs and hatch in their environment. If you don't know anything about the species or genetics of the animals you want to breed, please don't. You are the problem. That's crazy.
I'm just trying to figure out, like,
my head. Did you see it?
Oh, I saw it.
Why? I mean, this is like the one thing that everyone knows that isn't really possible. It's like, I'm gonna put them together, see what happens, type shit. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
It never ends.
honestly, reptiles will smash anything at this point. My friend just told me his pygmy rattlesnakes, they're both boys and they won't unlock.
Hey,
They
love is
just
love.
lock. They just lock and they're like, let's get it going.
Pygmy
Tortoises are known to be fucking rocks.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not surprised that they got. I don't think they would have babies,
Do you
but
think-
science doesn't care.
Do you think that they're horny? Like honestly,
snakes?
is that what's just going on? Like they're just like I need to fuck.
Duh. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
There's
Oh,
what do you
snakes
think? What do you think? Why do you think they have a season, dude? During that season, they literally it's like some snakes don't even eat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're just ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think the issue is necessarily
They got
getting
that
the
dog in 'em.
different species
Mm-hmm.
to pair up. I think it's more of like getting the offspring to become a thing inside the mom. That's what I would think.
Well, yeah. I mean, the animals
it's
might
easy to get
pair,
them to
but
fuck.
nothing's gonna happen. You're just gonna
But-
stress the animals out.
And sometimes I haven't heard of anything, but I could only imagine something like this happening. Sometimes it could kill, like whichever one, because I know that happens sometimes with dogs.
There's no
So-
hybrid dogs, you stupid idiot.
Not hybrid dogs, but like when you're trying to cross certain breeds and stuff.
Didn't they just
doesn't-
like find a dog and a fox that were
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
a dox?
A dox.
You want a dox
A
with
fog.
me? A what?
A fog.
A fog is
A
crazy.
fog.
I like fog better.
Yeah.
A dox found in the fog.
One letter.
Yeah.
One letter change.
Oh man.
You just
I
got
got it. I got it now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Uh,
Oh my god.
you almost have to like bleep that.
Yeah, yeah, that
almost,
was
dude.
crazy.
A fog.
That's insane. Anyways,
You're such a
anyways,
What do you call?
no.
What do you call
No.
a group
No.
of
No.
dog foxes?
I'm gonna fucking timestamp that
No.
one.
Come on, bro.
That's not a time
You can't
stamp.
say nothing.
No, you. I don't. Yeah, no. I don't know.
No.
I'm 35. Got
Yo, come on, bro.
Bro,
Yo, why are you so worried about?
it. Everything's just be beep beep beep. You guys will never know what he's saying.
PH, it's okay. It's fine, it's fine.
Anyways, yeah, no, it's that shit was crazy. I don't even know where to go from there. Chuck, you just came back from a long trip. I think a super necessary trip, man.
Yeah, don't even tell me nothing or ask me nothing about the trip because I did nothing but hang out with my girlfriend.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That makes me so happy.
Por qué?
The
Why?
crickets.
Well, dude, okay. This is Reptiles with emotion
It's
hour.
wholesome.
Okay.
It's always. It's
Hanging
always
out.
okay. We're this is the wholesome part of the podcast.
Yeah.
This is where people start tuning out.
Oh my goodness.
No. So okay. Your birthday just passed.
Uh-huh.
So happy birthday in the chat. For Chuck. You fucking work a lot, and you and I are both similar in that. And there's actually a conversation that I want to have with you that I'm not gonna have on this podcast.
Oh God.
Members only.
Yeah. You know, because you know, everybody needs a break sometimes. You know, and even though I know that you like to go herping and all of this and all of that, you know, you're always doing something. And
Yeah.
something that I learned that one of my friends told me one time, because he said I didn't have any hobbies. And I was like, what do you mean? I like this, I like that, I like this, I like that. He's like, yeah, but you monetize everything you do. And it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. And I learned something about myself. I learned that I have a hard time not doing something. I got into a fight with a year-long fight with a friend one time because I was trying to do stuff with him. Pause. I was trying to do stuff with him that was work related, and he thought that I only wanted to be around him because of that work related thing, and it was again one of those things where I realized I can't just be. And Chuck, I think you're also one of those people, buddy. I think that every once in a while you need to just not do anything.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, that was the idea of the trip. I told her. She's like, you want to go out? I was like, nah. Did I herp? Yeah, I did. I ain't getting nothing. I was just like, oh, let's go on a drive. But that's different to me.
But that's like one of those, what's the word that starts with an S? When it's like sporadic. It's
Spontaneous.
spontaneous. That's one of
Yeah.
those spontaneous things.
It was like we were on the, like, dude, I literally sat on a couch and we watched movies.
Dude, that's great.
Back to back
yeah.
to back. And then after that, the second day, I was like, you know what? I could go for a drive.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, yeah, I'm down. So we
Yeah.
just went for a little drive. We didn't get nothing. We just came back.
What was it
Um,
like being normal? For real. That was an honest question. What was it like just doing like a normal
Just
thing?
chilling out.
It felt good. It
Yeah.
felt really good. Like, of
Yeah.
course, like I'm just there. My girlfriend, her cats. Dude, one of her cats almost killed me, dude. I said, what would
Respect
happen?
just went like this when
Yeah.
you said that she had cats.
Yeah,
Going down. Cats are whack.
No, listen.
If you got cats,
Yeah,
can't
listen.
be friends.
Listen.
Anti-cat over here.
Yeah, listen. I said, what would happen if you put audio of cats hissing? Like, what would they react like? And she's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I was like, put it on.
War.
Right? She has 3 cats. So she plays it. Cat at the front just looks. Second cat just looks. Third cat, her biggest cat is white cat. Big old motherfucker. His name is Mumford. He's looking at her and gets right here. And I'm like, laughing. Then he gets down again, walks off, like to my left. She's on my right. She plays it again. This motherfucker ran to me. You know how the couches have the thing right here? He got on that, looked at me, and hissed right on my face. Damn. And he said, I was like, oh my God. I literally just like froze. His teeth are just like right there, dude. Yeah. I'm looking at this cat like he just told me, say that shit again, motherfucker. And I swear to God, I'll beat your ass.
Eye like Nick Fury.
But yeah, that was fun. Watch movies. Watched Arcane, the season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Fire.
Yeah. I haven't started it.
Fire.
Every time that I see it, I think of you now. Yeah.
Dude, it's so fire.
Yeah?
Oh, my God. You need to watch it. So, yeah, watch that. Watch some movies. Should I say that?
Say it.
No, I'm not gonna. Just for her sake.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That's different.
I'm not gonna for her sake.
Okay.
I'll tell you after. Let's just say we watched The Wild Robot.
Ooh.
But we shouldn't have the way we watched it. But
Okay. I got you. Yeah, that is a movie that I've heard that is touching people's heartstrings.
Brother, nah, dude, I was laughing the whole time. I was dying laughing, dude.
I asked him, what was it like to be normal? And he's like laughing at the fucking wild robot.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, that movie, I don't know. Why are kids watching that?
Oh, really?
Really?
That's where I'm at with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not like that.
Okay.
Now we gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Watch party.
But yeah, I'm really happy for you, man. I'm happy. It's nice. It's nice to see you happy.
Am I happy, dude?
I think that, or it's nice. It's nice to see a positive change, because I think that, not that you were sad or you were anything before, but there is a different light. There is a different light in you recently. And I'm happy that you are experiencing these things. I'm happy to see you doing different things as your friend.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying, goddammit.
Yeah.
I think I feel bad because even family, like, I don't talk to nobody. I stay, like, I don't answer DMs or texts.
He
like
doesn't.
That.
Not even
really
us.
Yeah, no. Like, they literally disappear. Like, people to reach me have to fucking try right now.
Yeah.
It's rough. Like, dude, like, even my sister. Like, I literally texted her today after, like, a few days that she texted me. My dad texted me happy birthday, which he hasn't in years.
What the fuck?
And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to reply. Still didn't. He's still waiting for that shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do or where I want to be. I just want to chill.
Yeah. Good. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you, and I hope more positive things keep happening your way, bro.
Yeah. Things will happen.
Now to get negative, Eric, how's your life? No, I was kidding.
God damn, bro.
I'm kidding.
That was
I'm fucking with you. I literally told him today.
I literally told him.
I told him today because we were talking about something, and I was like trying to like mention that good things were like happening for him specifically. He's like, well, no, not really. And I was like, Eric, stop fucking talking about yourself like that. Yeah. Like, if you don't allow the positivity won't come.
I allow the positivity. I'm just fucking like, I don't have no because I do have a lot of it now.
Yeah.
Grew a lot recently. That confidence level, bro, it used to be down here.
Yeah.
It's like right up there right now.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. Looking at you, bro, you have less autism.
I know.
Yeah, like,
I fucking know.
Yeah. Like,
dude,
you're becoming more and more normal.
Dude, I don't even know if it's even something I can even go off on, like on camera, but like, I literally feel like I'm breaking out of it.
You're cured.
Like, seriously.
That was a crazy statement. And I think that's illegal in different countries.
Dude, I have
That was
so
a
many,
wild statement.
I feel like Jordan Peterson of autism right now. 'Cause I have so many fucking. I have so many like views
What the
of it
fuck
now.
does that mean?
Listen,
That's
bro.
hilarious.
I will elaborate the fuck out of this statement.
For
Okay,
reference,
go ahead.
Hey, for
No, no,
reference,
no, no, no.
for reference.
Yo, don't slow.
Eric's autistic. Go.
Used to be.
No.
I can't talk about that shit on mic, bro. For
No,
real.
please, no, Eric, please.
It literally has nothing to do with reptiles or anything.
Oh, I don't care. They want to know about your autism.
What autism? I don't see any puzzle pieces on me.
Oh.
No, I'm
Oh.
kidding. I'm kidding. But like, in all actuality, I do genuinely feel like maybe it might be because it's like a higher functioning type shit because it's such a big
It's
ass
a
spectrum
spectrum, yeah.
nowadays. It's growing and growing and growing. Like, it is. Everyone has it now. Not saying that everyone like doesn't have it, but yeah, there's little quirks here and there. But people are so like easily like they'll slap because now it's cool. They'll slap that little like badge on it and just be like, oh, this is what I am, and like it's an excuse for everything.
Okay.
But it's like in my head, I never got special treatment for it. I was diagnosed very late, so at that point, I was already here. I was already like, all right, I already know how to deal with all this shit, and I've kind of grown to just get used to it and do different things. So it's like I'm the way I am because I was self-aware enough to recognize things that I did and kind of use my experiences to learn from and to act differently in certain situations. I think it's been working. And something that I've been seeing a lot now is that people are getting way too comfortable with it. And it's like, I'm not saying that people shouldn't be accepting, but I also believe that people with autism should have some sort of,
Depending on where you are in the spectrum. 'cause
yes, depending.
there's
This is a
people that
very,
can't
this is a
function.
very, very, very controversial take, but I will gladly talk about it. But it's like, have some sort of like, I don't know what the word is. It's not necessarily like have the need, but like more so just like have the, like, let's try to, like
Okay.
overcome some of these obstacles.
Yeah.
And people, I feel like, granted, everyone has a different experience with autism. I understand that 100%. It's not easy for everybody. But when it comes to a lot of things, like a lot of people that I know personally that have also recently been diagnosed and stuff like that, it's like, dude, like,
They're wearing it like
don't let this, like, I understand it's very good to have that kind of like that
Reassurance.
to reassurance, like, okay, I can accept this is who I am now, like, I finally have the answer. That is 100% fine. I was like that too, but at the same time, okay, don't get comfortable with this shit.
Yeah.
Because it goes from using it as like a facetious joke as an excuse, but then it becomes an actual thing where it starts to literally rule your life. And it's like, dude, you can't live your life constantly thinking about what you have and why it's holding you back. Like, you need to at least have some sort of fight for it, like to like kind of go through. And it sounds like more dramatic than it is, at least coming from me. And I would hope that people feel similarly, but have some more oomph. Like, don't get stuck in that loop of the mental thing where it's like, this is what I have and I have to be okay with it and I have to do this and I have to do that. Like, no, like, this is what I have. I understand what I have.
Don't limit yourself.
This is how I can, these are the things that I can do to not limit myself because of whatever it is that I have. Yeah. I don't know if that made any sense.
No, I understand
like,
what you're saying, because I get
I
you,
had that
buddy.
realization like literally like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't been able to get it in my head.
Yeah, I think
So-
depending on where you are on the spectrum, if you're able to do those things, 100%, yeah. Because I mean, you're saying from experience,
Exposures therapy. That's what it is.
You're saying that you can do things behaviorally that are helping the things that you quote unquote suffer from, and now you feel better by them, and it has helped you, which is a good thing.
In my experience too, the best way that it literally has is the boldest approach. Throw yourself to the wolves. You won't come back leading them, but you will come back like you're able to like kind of keep up with everybody else, and that maybe you're not going to be at like that high level of like social interaction and like kind of like just be like a social butterfly like that, but like you can hold your own conversations and stuff like that, and you can go through day to day without having that looming cloud over your head. If it's a looming cloud for you, some people don't have it like that. Some people are okay with it. That's completely fine. Yeah. But for those people who constantly think about it and get down about it, like the best way, and it sounds super stupid and super cliche, but you just have to, oh damn, that hurt. You just have to just fight it. Like, it's like getting up in the morning. Like, you can't just sit there in bed. Like, you have to get up, whatever like you have to do to feel better about it. I mean, it's going to be different for everyone, but at least for me, I threw myself into the pit and I just started to roll with the flow and get used to it. And hey, the awareness stuff, I'm aware of a lot more things than I usually say or are attentive to, and I think about a lot of things that for example, if it's something that someone said to me, I'll think about that shit way longer. The person who said that could even like forget about it, and I'll use that exact example to kind of shape how I go about those situations. But
listen, man, I think that no, you said a great thing there, and I think that even if you're not somebody in your position, you can take what you said and apply that to yourself, and try to do what you can with what you have, and try to find success and move past the things. I think that anybody could take that, and that is a value thing that you said, a valuable thing that you said. But
it's not crypto, guys.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. All right, listen. The sun went down. We're getting eaten by mosquitoes. I don't even know if you could see us anymore. This was the Reptiles With Podcast.